Okay, so first of all, welcome and thanks for showing trust on IS Mentor Circles, because in a short span time, if 28, 27 people are here to just listen me, so certainly you are showing some kind of trust. Okay, irrespective, it is not a kind of a course promotion session or something. It's about the strategy. Okay, so I will keep doing such kind of session so that you guys remain on track. Okay, like in a month or 40 days, it will be there one for sure. Okay, so let's start with the very premise that 2024. So if someone asks me, sir, I have not done, I'm not able to listen. Can anyone help how to receive audio? I do not know. Just I will suggest you to join audio from the computer part if you're joining from the laptop, not from other options. Join computer radio. That's it. Okay, so you will not be able to listen. Please, someone type in the chat box the same thing that I said. Okay, so okay, leave this aside. Starting from the beginning. Okay. First thing, when we start the preparation, if someone says, sir, 1 year is enough time to appearing for the 2024, certainly it is more than enough time for you to prepare for the 2024 attempt. But yes, 1 year you require as a full timer. But at the same time, if you are into the process of UPSC from last some months or last year of your college, so yes, even you can complete the same in 1 year. I will not say to any first timer who have just started this preparation that it is not 1 year program, because it is. People have done that. People have cleared the same in the one attempt. But the basic, very basic premise, you guys see that, oh, Garima Narula rank 39, first attempts I be clear karke. But whether you have the same kind of acumen, whether you have the same kind of understanding of the topics, because what happens when we start the reading our basic books now, sometimes it just goes above the head. We are not able to grasp even a single thing. As Ramanpreet just mentioned, sometimes we have taken all the coaching and all, and we have read all the books, but the understanding of the concepts is not there. And when the understanding of the concept is not there, certainly it becomes a humongous task. Now, how understanding of the concept can help you? For example, you need, I will say, if not coaching, a guide. Okay, it can be any program, it can be a senior aspirant as well. Now, what kind of senior aspirant? Not one who does the chai par charcha like Arnab Goswami and Ravish Kumar. Okay, so it is not like that. Avoid these kind of people. Those who have appeared for the mains, at least they certainly can guide up to prelims. Those who have got good score, I will say some 700 or something, but did not clear the mains, they are good guide as well. Those who have appeared for the interview, they are good guide. Okay, so what we have to actually do in that situation? First, for example, you are not getting the topic. It might, for example, for me, I did not get any time a topic related to geography until unless I watched the Ratanjal's ma'am Donald sir's videos thoroughly, freely available over YouTube. Okay, even at the present time, I suggest my students to go there and watch the same. Okay, and what happens over there, it will help you. Okay, it will help you to gain some understanding. But now what people does wrong over here, I'm dealing the session from the very basics. Okay, you start watching the videos even of the history, what kind of a student you are. Suppose you require understanding of history, you watch it, then it's not like that you have to watch videos of each and every topic. कुछ तो direct fact है ना, some things are directly facts only that can be understood. Okay, so you have to develop. Second, people ask me what is the role of non-UPSC books in UPSC. I say your ethics paper, your SC paper, your understanding, your creative thinking, your cognitive abilities are developed through reading as a hobby. Okay, so whosoever has been with me, they know that what kind of efforts I put when I say, see, this is what it is. You have to read non-UPSC books as well. This is the situation of beginners. When the beginners begin, again, one thing I very much emphasize upon is that beginners should not go beyond certain level of books. Okay, according to your status, according to your particularly level of competence, you have to go for the books. Suppose if you have just started, concentrate on NCERT. People clear with NCERT, but वो क्या करेंगे? उपेंद्र कुशवाहा खरीद लो, ये किसी ने IAS में बुक लिखी है, ये भी खरीद लो. Now they become collector as well, but not the DM वाला collector, book collector, resource material collector. Okay, so they will collect each and every kind of thing. So you have to limit these things. You don't have to go beyond it. Okay, for the beginners. In the meantime, I will certainly share resource for the beginners. Okay, open in my channel, whatever I prefer for my mentees of the curiosity batch. But certainly these things get tinkered according to the competence of individual. कुछ लोगों को मैं बोल दूंगा कि हाँ तूने एक बार पढ़ लिया, you need not to study this book again, rather than go for that particular book and read this particular topic. Okay, this is how should be the approach of beginners. Beginners should study at least 45-60 days. People who say na ki you have to do answer writing from the very first day, you need not to do answer writing from the very first day. This is a completely bullshit. I never suggest the same. You should start answer writing at least 40-50 days after your reading. Then you should start answer writing with incremental approach. Now, please put attention, those who are on their own. What is incremental approach? कौन से questions करें? First thing, your answer writing should start with the NCERT question, single question per day. NCERT के पीछे questions दिए, you start with the same. Second step, 2 questions. Now, these answers should be reviewed by the good people, those who have the understanding. Once you get the competence over NCERT answer, it might take 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks. Then you move to again one question, previous year question, or UPSC kind of question. Then you make it 2 questions, then you make it 3 questions per day. This is how intensive answer writing will be achieved somewhere between October, November, and December. Those who have been with me, let me tell you what intensive answer writing means. Answer writing is not about whatever you are writing. It should be evaluated. It should be reviewed. Apart from that, the answer writing building sessions. What is intro? What is role of body? What is conclusion? How to write good intro? How to write good conclusion? What should be the body? How body should be implemented? In these situations, what you have to do is something that first of all you have to trust the person who are teaching. He will tell you ki context kya hota hai, what is the context. Okay, now people start attending answer discussions. In answer discussion, it will be very easy to mention me one introduction, one conclusion. But when I say how to generate introduction, how to generate conclusion, second thing that I suggest that I do in my batch is that sometimes I will open copy on the screen itself. Then I will evaluate in front of everyone that copy. See, this line could have been written in this way. See, this is the good content. These 4 points are something where 2 more points can be added. These 2 points are interrelated, so you can club them. Okay, here one example could have been there. So this becomes the logic. If you have a guide, see, even a senior aspirant, if he is able to say, यार कैसा आंसर लिखा है आपने? What kind of answer you have written, man? इसको तो इतना कर दे, इसमें ये लिखना था. This is the demand of question. Believe me, if someone guides you only for the 20-25 questions, now you are on your own then. Then you have to practice. Once you get the competence, then it is at your disposal. Okay, that's how up I say ideal till December it should go. Now I will go into nitty-gritties of this time period. When I say that 30-40 days you have to study, 30-40 days when I say you have to study, you have to complete your basic books from every angle possible. कोई सा भी angle possible हो. Then there will be a situation when you are done with the good amount of polity, economy, history, geography. These four I call static subjects. Once you are done with these four static subjects, you can start with the answer writing. This is the transition phase, first for the beginners. Okay, second transition phase, when I said that you have to go for 2 NCERT questions. Third transition phase, previous year question or UPSC kind of questions, where you will require more, I will say, analytical skills. Fine. Then moving to the next generation. This is for the beginners, how we will deal. क्योंकि जनवरी के बाद सब सेम कैटेगरी में आ जाएंगे तो सबको एक साथ डील करूंगा. Now I am coming to the people, as Raman has mentioned, we have studied, but at the same time we have not studied as well. What to do? क्योंकि हम कोचिंग में जाते हैं उसे लगता हुआ आता होगा. Again, Raman, we have to get our basics right. And when I say we have to get our basics right, first read. Okay, now role of PYQs. Okay, how to utilize, because beginners को समझाने में थोड़ा दिक्कत होता मुझे. जो आप लोगों में से ऐसा है ना कि जिसका स्कोर जीएस में 50-60 चल रहा है, मींस यू आर नॉट श्योर कि गलती कहाँ हो रही है, सब कुछ तो वही कर रहे हैं, है ना. Why we are unable to clear the prelims? ये जो हिसाब है, जो इस कैटेगरी में लोग हैं, you guys first focus on PYQs. Now, how to utilize PYQs? There are 2-3 steps here as well. First step, you have to just look upon PYQs. जैसे आप अपने पिक्चर्स को देखते हैं ना, मदर फादर की पिक्चर्स हो गए, घर से दूर है, ठीक है, आपकी वाइफ की पिक्चर हो गई जिसकी भी शादी हुई है, ठीक है, आप देखते हो जिस हिसाब से, सिमिलर वे यू हैव टू जस्ट लुक फॉर द पिक्चर्स. And this thing, looking of the PYQs, I suggest you to start doing just after this session itself. How it will unfold for you, how PYQs will unfold for you. Let me tell you, UPSC PYQs, when you look, you will find certain topics, and we have conscientious, subconscious mind and conscience as well. So both work together. Pictographic memory that we call. What happens in the pictographic memory? You find certain word and you will be reading similar word in your NCERT or whatever resource material you are reading. Suddenly you will strike, अरे यार ये कहीं देखा देखा सा लग रहा है, सुना सुना सा लग रहा है. I do not know why, but your brain will capture all your attention over there. Okay, suddenly आप उस concept को ढंग से पढ़ने लगोगे. Raman, what I told you that it would have been a case that you missed the basics because you did not go to the PYQ and you missed the UPSC question. कहाँ से पढ़ा था तो वो concepts भी ऊपर ऊपर से निकल गया. ठीक है, first PYQ stage. ये very first day से start है. Second PYQ stage होता है when you start second revision. Ideally, if you prepare for the UPSC, first reading can be completed in 60-65 days, not more than that. उसके बाद revision शुरू होता है. Revisions के तरीके होते हैं. That I will discuss in this next part of. Kritika, like whatever words I am speaking in Hindi, believe me, Yadgiri is my old student, so I know that he do not understand the Hindi. Okay, so whatever I am speaking in Hindi, it's already being translated side by side. You can, I will say, just these all the people, those who can understand both the languages, are the witness for the same. Whatever I am speaking in Hindi, it's already there in English in the previous sentence, or it is in next sentence. Okay, fine. So what happens there, or solution of the PYQs? Once you start your second revision, you start solving PYQs. You start solving like a day. It's a kind of medicine, I say. PYQs are the medicine. Always have 5 questions per day. Okay, one time. Then it may make it 2 times a day. Prelims के पास आते हैं 5 से मैं 25 करवा देता हूँ. Okay, sometimes it happens, and believe me, I will not say that many people have cleared, but in the previous organization where I was working, I had 30 students under me in the integrated batch, and out of which only 15 were regular, out of which 3 cleared prelims, which is 20%. And it is to be mentioned, I did not give any new kind of direction to any of them. all followed the same directions. Okay, but 3 cleared, which is 20%. Apart from that, what data I can mention over there, I kept the resources very limited for them according to their level, and then remaining 12, they were like in between 70 to 80. So it was a kind of situation, they the pendulum could have been either way, but unfortunately it was on other side only. Okay, so that's what I said. If you are going with the limited resources, things can work for your favor. PYQ solving will help you. So you start solving PYQs. Now, as I said, this is a curiosity batch. Okay, a mains की तैयारी कब करें? When I say you have to start mains in the similar manner. Morning, just look at the 10-20 PYQs of the prelims. Evening, just go for the 10-20 PYQs of the mains level. Okay, simply 4 or 5 questions on alternate days, you can go for the option. Just look at it. Once you have anything in your hand, once you grasp the things, you can go for it. You can try to write answers. But before writing answers, as I suggested, if someone is there who should tell you how to write answers. Second, the person if tells you what good introduction means, what bad introduction means, what a good conclusion means, what should be in the body, what should be a bad conclusion, or how to make a bad intro or conclusion into a good intro conclusion. You should be made aware of it. Okay, that's what I call hand holding. Next thing, this was about particularly persons who were into the trap of the beginners, I will say. Okay, trap of the beginners ki hame kuch nahi aata, like we don't know nothing. But what if you are getting this 70-80 marks and you were behind the cutoff by 3-4 questions only? Okay, had been luck at your side, you would have been writing mains. For you guys, since you were into the intensive prelims mode, okay, after reading basics for 20-30 days, okay, 30-40 days, you have to directly jump into the mains mode. When I say you have to directly jump into the mains mode, means you should do the syllabus which has not been covered in your previous attempts. For example, internal security, it's a main specific syllabus. Agriculture, mains orientation. Disaster management, mains orientation. Society, mains orientation. And the other books that you think about, कि economic survey का video कब देखना होता है sir, when should follow these particular magazines, okay, what should we do to follow news and all. In that situation, you have to start with these topics. Then you go for the compilation of available. Suppose अगर मेंस 2023 का मेंस 365 का 2023 का compilation है, तो go for it. Believe me, this compilation reading will help you in the next prelims as well, because you will be having a fair idea. What happens when you go for the prelims question solving, sometimes your mains kind of knowledge helps you. There was a treaty at some place, you never remember the place, but you know that their place, that a certain kind of issues were discussed, and you analyze the issues during your mains preparation. That's why you were able to crack the same.
The home guard wala question bhi isi tarah aaya tha sir is baar.
Exactly, that's what I meant. See, fine, so it will help you. Now you are getting Abhishek only one question, because sorry to say, but had you been there into the mains mode na, in a strategic manner, you would have got at least 6 to 7 questions in similar manner.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you have to be in that position. When you are done with the mains kind of reading, now it's time to go for the answer writing. So answer writing, again, I will suggest the same thing. One should be there how to go for answer writing. Doing mindless answer writing is equivalent to doing no answer writing. If you are even thinking that your copies are being evaluated, I do not know who is evaluating. If some serious person is evaluating and he is ready to give you a call explaining what can be done in this question, or at least a session if not call. it should be there. Okay, so those who were in the category, okay, कि थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा लेकिन मेंस मिस हुआ. Now comes the third category. Have written the mains, either did not clear, okay, or scored very less marks. How you guys should go ahead? Here I will be answering 3 doubt of yours. कि when to do notes making. I think कम से कम 11-12 लोगों ने मेरे से ये पूछा कि notes making कब करनी है. Okay, I just a quick survey for all of you. Just show some reaction from your tabs. If you have like ever remembered any single word or any single thing from your first reading. Is it so that you remembered anything from your first reading? Those who have remembered anything from your first reading, just let me know. और या first reading सिर्फ सर के ऊपर से गई है या मतलब सिर्फ देखने में चली गई है. So I guess no one remembers anything. That is true. In general, we do not remember. And that is what we should not do, that we should not do notes making until unless it's our third revision. Okay, when I say it's our third revision, I mean at least now you have the grasp, you have looked upon the n number of previous year questions, you have looked upon, you have written n number of answers, you have solved n number of prelims questions. Now you know कि notes में important क्या है. Now you know कि notes में important क्या है. Now you will do notes making ना. Else what you will do? जो book में लिखा हुआ उसको और सुंदर writing में लिख के you will write one handwritten book. And apart from Kabali wala, no one will purchase the same for it from you. Okay. So you need not to write a new book. Clear? This should be the approach for now. Approach for the people, those who have good understanding of answer writing. Once you are done with the mains paper, believe me, your time is to make notes. Because the ideal mains is the one where you have your own notes of your own handwriting at your disposal. Okay, you have that kind of thing. It will help you only then. Second thing that you have to, I will say, mention, that you have to imagine those who are the beginners. Sir, हम कब notes बनाएं? As you know that you will be in your second or third revision in October, November, December. So it is necessarily, I will say, advisable that you cannot make all the notes. Okay, you cannot make all the notes, but at the same time, selected topics can be made. And now, what selected topics? First thing, selected topics is something which are repetitive in the UPSC pattern. If you are going for the previous year questions analysis, you will find the same. कि हाँ ये यूपीएससी में बार बार आता है यार, इसका नोट्स रहना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, टेररिज्म, कम्युनलिज्म, पोलराइजेशन, वी हैव इट. डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट में डू वी हैव नोट्स फॉर एनडीआरएफ? व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ एनडीआरएफ एंड ऑल? व्हाट इज सेंडाई फ्रेमवर्क? व्हाट इज द क्लाइमेट चेंज? क्लाइमेट चेंज बहुत हॉट टॉपिक है. एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू दैट स्टैटिक पर्सन, डू वी हैव नोट्स फॉर द सेम? What is the role of different defense forces, paramilitary forces? Do we have notes for these static parts? Because these are the things you will never find in any book, और किसी book में मिलेगा तो इतनी मोटी book होगी. Now, whenever the book is quite huge for you or high volume books, I will never suggest you to go for reading the same, because you are reading 700 pages internal security book and the question in the mains will come only of 15 marker. So why you should go in that mode? Okay, now moving ahead, notes making, I hope I have addressed. So those who are in their mission for the writing mains, because they will certainly write mains, okay, or have written mains already, or have good answer writing practice. So you make sure that 2024 mains, you should have your notes at your disposal. Second, I will never suggest any 2024 aspirant to go for any test series. Daily basis answer writing you can go. Okay. I will suggest write PYQs. This is the time you can write PYQs, because test series is something that we have to do anything in time bound manner, that we can practice in during our mains time. Presently, let's have the content. Let's have a good skill of writing good answer. Let's do it rather than doing anything else. Okay, so this should be all. At the same time, when you go with the prelims mode, okay, or I will say January onwards, there should be transition. Now till December, you will be there into the integrated mode. Now December end hote hote na, like by the end of December, you should move in the forward direction again with the static books. Polity, economy, history, geography, environment. Again, these static part, and you are going into that mode. Now start solving tests, start solving PYQs questions, revise these books again and again. Okay, this is how it is. Now I will be dealing next very important topic. Sorry, I should have taken the break, but I'm not taking due to a reason. Okay, now another important task. Sir, how to cover current affairs? 5-6 messages for the same as well. Okay, when you talk about the current affairs, I say follow any monthly magazine till the time you can follow. When it is out there that mains 365 for any compilation related to mains, complete the same. Okay, and if you think you are following good monthly magazine, keep following it. In the end, follow whatever available in the market in the form of compilations. First thing. Second, now newspaper. Okay, newspaper helps. How to utilize newspaper? This is the part I would like to special focus. Those who are in their beginners, as Davanpreet you pointed out, how you will start. I say my students that if you are going for the newspaper, first try to read only headlines. तुम्हें समझ में तो आए newspaper में जरूरी क्या है? People are reading BJP versus Congress, BJP, anything like that. Okay, so it will not fructify in any sense, neither prelims preparation nor mains preparation. So it's better not to do. Then how to move forward with the newspaper? First, go for the headlines. In the starting, I will tell you what kind of newspaper you should go for. Okay, always go for the Indian Express, because if you don't have command over the English, no need to go for the Hindu. Okay. Second thing, you have to read editorials. Rest news cover हो रही है ना monthly magazine या कहीं से. So editorials are your main part. Then writing those editorials in your own language is something that is going to help you. Okay, writing that editorial in your own language is going to help you as a first beginning as answer writing. Now, editorial, this was the directive for the newspaper for the beginners. But those who are good with the reading and all, they should read newspaper, but it should not take more than 1.5 hours. Okay, that's why I said for the beginners that you have to limit the newspaper to your editorials. It will take 3 hours because you are trying to make word meaning from it. You are trying to do every kind of analysis from it. You should not. Okay, so I have covered current affairs. I have covered the answer writing. I have covered how to do transition. Now from the January onwards, you have to be specific. Okay, whatever books that you have to read. Okay. Yes, Dhruv, I made it very clear that if you are covering your monthly magazines, then you need not to be worried about everything. Editorial page पढ़ लीजिए, different Telegram channels पे available होते हैं, सिर्फ उतना कर लीजिए, बहुत है. It's not about that you have to do each and everything. Toppers study newspaper, they have the habit that they can complete in 1.5 hours. It is not about that you should give 3 hours. बाकी के लिए time ही नहीं बचेगा. So you should not. I never suggest the things which are not feasible. I'm not saying that avoid it. First, you get to know why you are reading newspaper for current affairs. You are doing monthly magazines. Monthly magazines are not including only the news from the newspapers, but from the PVIP and other areas as well. So better to focus over there. Okay, so I've covered everything almost. From Feb onwards, you have to revise again and again similar subjects, solve n number of PYQs, solve the n number of tests, and analyze the same. So this will be the most intensive period and most repetitive, most boring, and most burning out wala period. That is how you have to do for. Fine. Then this is how it is. Okay, let me explain how curiosity is going to work. Then I will switch off the recording. This was the only reason because I did not want to have a long recording video. Okay, people sometimes shows disinterest in long recording videos, so I am avoiding it. Then I will take your questions. So in the curiosity, what I have planned, on the basis of your competence, on the basis of your level, I shall be giving you targets. Along with me, there will be a weapon sir who will be taking care of your targets as well. Okay, strategy sessions will be taken by myself only over there. Answer writing, hand holding approach will be done by myself only. Okay, so I will give targets according to your competence. Then we will keep interacting on the weekend basis. Okay, or general means once in a week. It can be a weekday as well. So mentorship, if you ask me what is it, mentorship is not only about the things that I will give you targets sometimes, or the sessions that I will take on academic side. Sometimes you see that I'm studying from 8 hours, but output is 0. Why is it so? You might take time to figure it out on your own, or how to get it over early. But believe me, since I have done that, since I'm guiding people, and from n number of years, from n number of batches, I can certainly help you over there as well. See how it is going to help you. Okay, so this way psychological support will be there. Sometimes a planning a whole scenario, कोई और exam आ जाता है, तो how to handle exam and UPSC preparation all together. Sometimes you get something occupied in something else, how to handle that situation. Okay, how to manage. See, options is not included because one person cannot guide all the options. Okay, but certainly how to manage options can be discussed. Sometimes just discussing a strategy. कहाँ ये book ठीक है क्या? Fine. इस book में से सिर्फ ये 3 chapter कर ले. Can I do only these 3 chapters from this book? These things are the part of mentorship. Okay. So this is it. I shall be turning off the recording from here. Now stage is all yours. One by one, whatever question you have, you can ask.